What's going on, guys? We're back here for another Saturday live stream. We got a big day of college basketball, NHL, and NBA. We got Huff tuning in from Florida. Not going to be 100% active, but he's making the effort. Huff, say what's going on.
Yeah, what's going on? Happy to be here. Couldn't miss a good slate of college basketball games. Duke, Carolina tonight. Pitt's got a good matchup. Good slate of college basketball today. I'm excited.
Yeah, nice you could be on with us, even though you're down on vacation. We could jump right into this slate. There's a lot of few good games this week. It's the last week of conference play until the conference tournament. Next week starts the conference tournament. And obviously Sunday we start up Selection Sunday. So getting in the full swing of things in college basketball. Let's just dive right into it. First game, we have Iowa State at Kansas State. Nice Big 12 matchup here. Iowa State is on the road. They're number 6 team in the country, coming off a nice win. Scary win against BYU, but they got the job done. Now they're going into Kansas State as 3.5-point favorites. I like Iowa State here. I think they had a rough game last game, and they found a way to bounce back. I think they're going to bounce back against a lesser team. And going into the Big 12 tournament, it's important to have the momentum going. Huff, what do you see going on here?
Yeah, if I'm correct, didn't we just take Iowa State? What was it, -7, and they won by 6
-7
against BYU?
-7, they won by 5.
Yeah, got a little bad blood for Iowa State, but I do think they bounce back here. Would you say the spread was?
3.5.
Yeah, they'll handle that. I at least like them. Maybe I hate taking road money lines in a parlay, but Iowa State will get the job done today.
Iowa State's been rolling too. They're 8-2 in their last 10, 4-game winning streak. Kansas State's kind of doing the opposite. They're 3-7 in their last 10. I think Iowa State needs to win a little more. Kansas State's season's kind of dead in the water, but I don't know. We could see a tough battle. I think they want to get wins on the board as well.
Yeah,
but yeah, this should be a good one out of the Big 12. Moving on, we got number 10 Creighton at Villanova. This is going to be a good one because these two teams have already played each other in Creighton, and Villanova found a way to get a win by 2 points. Now they're in Villanova about 2-3 months later. Huff, what do you think here?
I like Creighton to win this game. I sent that as one of my plays. -115 on the money line. This is a team that, they're picking up big wins in the Big East. We've seen them take down UConn, a lot of the big dogs in the Big East. I think, like you said, they let Villanova get one on them on their home floor out in wherever the hell Creighton is, Missouri, Kansas. I'm not going to lie.
Nebraska, Omaha.
Nebraska. So I knew it was somewhere in the middle of the country, but they'll handle business over there in Philly today. Creighton gets a win.
Yeah, I'm just really not high on this Nova team whatsoever, and I don't understand how they got a win against them in the first place, but I don't think this Nova team can beat Creighton twice in the same season. Creighton's been playing really good basketball. Didn't they just beat UConn? They're just coming off a nice win against UConn.
Yeah, I like UConn. McDermott's dad. Did you know that?
Say again? Sorry, you broke up.
Yeah, I said I like Creighton's coach, Greg McDermott. I think he'll have them ready to go today.
Yeah, you remember when his kid was on the team and Creighton was sick?
Yeah, Dougie.
Yeah, Dougie McBuckets. That brought me attention to Greg McDermott. But yeah, I think he'll get the boys rolling today. He's been there forever. They just signed him through 2028 actually, so good timing on that. But this Creighton team, they're definitely up there as one of the best teams in the country. I don't think any team's beaten them twice in the same season, let alone Villanova. Moving on to the next game, we got number 14 Kansas at number 1 Houston. Probably one of the games of the day. Coming into this one, Houston is on an 8-game winning streak, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 8-game winning streak, 16-0 on their home floor. Kansas is an 8.5-point underdog going into Houston. Can you see an upset here, Huff? I know Kansas. It's kind of rare to see them as 7.5-point dogs. What do you think here?
I do think they keep it close. I think that streak for Houston stays alive on their home floor. I don't see them drop this one. Kansas has been in a lot of games lately. Hasn't been able to find wins in these kind of games that they need. This would be a huge game for the Jayhawks. I like Houston to get the win. I don't know about the 7.5 though.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Kansas has also been dropping games left and right. They're only 6-4 in their last 10, which you expect a team like that to get more wins. But Kansas also beat Houston earlier in the season, about a month ago, by 13 points on their home floor. You got to assume Houston just hands it right back to them. I mean, these teams are pretty even at the end of the day. I'd say Houston has a bit of the edge. I don't think Kansas is coming in and whooping them for the second time now on their home floor. We've seen how crazy Houston gets at that stadium. It's a tough place to play.
I think Dickinson will have a tough day with that Houston defense.
Yeah, I mean, that Houston defense is crazy on their home floor. You know how hard it is to get points. McCullough might be out, but I'm sure he'll play. It's just a game time decision. But this is definitely a battle of the top dogs in the Big 12. Even though Kansas is a 5 seed in the Big 12, they're still a top team in the Big 12.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that should be another good one. Moving on, we have another great one. Two more really great games coming up. We have number 15 Kentucky at number 4 Tennessee. Kentucky comes in as plus 7.5 on the road. Tennessee already beat Kentucky on the road by 11 points this year, about a month ago, February 3rd. So not the first time these two teams are seeing each other. We've seen Tennessee have some massive wins recently. They're on a 7-game winning streak. Who did these steal wins from? They stole a win from Auburn. They stole a win in Alabama. They just got a nice win at South Carolina. Just finding ways to win games. I honestly think that they win this game again. I think Kentucky's defense isn't good enough to go on the road and beat Tennessee, regardless of the last outcome. But I think the 7.5 is a little scary, considering Tennessee already went into Kentucky and got a win.
Absolutely.
I assume Kentucky to bounce back and kind of rebound and make some adjustments. You expect Rob Dillingham to have a good game. I think the plus 7.5 is safe. What do you think here, Huff?
Yeah, I have Tennessee first half -4. I think they start out hot on their home floor, like you said. I think they'll get a little bit ahead of Kentucky. Towards the end of the second half, think anything can happen. There's games where I usually just take the first half and not the full game. That usually means I'm looking for kind of a backdoor cover spot. I think Kentucky will hang in the game. I could see Tennessee up by 5 or 6 at halftime, and that covers that -4.
Yeah, definitely. I think it could be towards the end of the game. I think they can get back into it. I mean, Kentucky has all the scorers: Antonio Reed, Rob Dillingham. We saw Reed Shepherd come out on the scene. He's been playing incredible basketball. I think towards the end of the game, if Kentucky needs points, they can get the points. They just got to keep it close up until that point.
Dude, I saw Reed Shepherd is projected to be drafted 6th overall.
Yeah. And which is crazy is
to
that
anyone but me?
Say again?
I think that's kind of crazy. Like top 10 for him, I think is a little wild.
I just think that, I mean, he's been kind of quiet in the start of the season because he was a freshman, but now he's coming onto the scene, he's showing everything that he has. What was that game that he had like 8 points out of the final 10? It was a huge game.
I know it was the SEC game. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he like iced it himself. But it's just things like that when you can see a freshman go out there and just get eight out of final 10 points in the final 2 minutes of the game. I mean, players like that have it. You're at Kentucky for a reason. I don't think it's a
and the
bad
blue
move.
blood helps him.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. They're one and done, but top 10 is pretty crazy. But I like him. I think he's a good player.
I do too.
I think he's good enough to get the job done against a team like this too. And you know, if he can just start heating up, I think this could be a tough one for Tennessee as well.
Absolutely.
And then you have guys like Ziegler on Tennessee who just know how to. They just don't turn the ball over.
I love him. Him and Neck, those are two of my favorites in college basketball right now. It just happens they're on the same team.
Ziegler just doesn't turn the ball over. It's so hard to get empty possessions out of Tennessee. Kentucky can't get stops as it is, so I could see a lot of points on the board for Tennessee.
Absolutely. They start fast at home.
Yeah, for sure. All right, now we're getting into the game that everyone has kind of been waiting for. North Carolina at Duke. What's the line on this one? 5.5 off?
5.5. Duke -5.5 plus 100 is the best line.
Duke -5.5. Wow, crazy spread. Both these teams playing really good basketball. I think I wasn't very high on Duke coming into the season. Wasn't really high on them in the beginning of the season either. But I mean, the type of season that they've had, they've been playing really good basketball. These players are coming onto the scene, playing good basketball. They've won 3 straight. I don't know. I think the 5.5 might be a little too much. I'm really high on North Carolina this year. I wouldn't really take any team to beat them by 5.5, but obviously the rivalry going on here, North Carolina already took care of business on their home floor. You got to assume Duke takes care of business, right?
Yeah, I do like the Blue Devils here at home today. I think they cover the 5.5. I'm big on Proctor. I think the storyline with Duke the past couple of weeks with the court storming with Filipowski, I think this is a win that Shire is going to have the boys ready to go. Rivalry game, obviously, UNC Duke, everyone gets up for this one. I think Duke handles the business at home today.
Yeah, it's
tough
gonna be
place
tough.
to win, no matter who you are. We've seen teams like Pitt go into Cameron and get wins. I mean, if any team's capable, it's North Carolina. I just think, like you said, both teams are playing good. Give me the home team minus the 5.5.
It's also not Pitt coming in. They know the stakes at this game. It's Duke versus North
Exactly.
Carolina.
Yeah.
North Carolina already has a win. You think Duke wants to give them 2 wins in the same season? I
Yeah.
highly doubt it. And you got to go in and you got to play Filipowski. You got Jared McCain. You got Roach. I mean, like you said, Proctor. These guys, they have the depth as well. So, I think Duke gets it done. But the 5.5 does scare me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's definitely tight.
Huff, did you want to get into any plays that you personally liked?
Yeah, I know I took, like I said, Creighton, Tennessee first half. I've Creighton money line. I was leaning and looking at Florida State -3 against Miami. I kind of like that spot for the Seminoles. Not necessarily the most important game on the slate today, just like that spot for them. And then probably, okay. And then I also took FAU -6.5. I think they're obviously playing pretty good ball the past couple of games. I like them to handle the business at home as well.
Dipping into the mid majors, I like it. Even though Florida Atlantic's not
I
much
was
of a mid
I was
major.
on. I'm basically on FAU's campus, so just supporting the boys down here, the Mals.
I like it. I like it. All right, yeah. Well, I'm I have a few plays I like as well. Virginia Tech -9.5. I think they can roll at home,
I
put up
like
the
that as well.
points against Notre Dame. Notre Dame's weak defense. Another play I liked, Wake Forest -3.5. Don't love this play. Them and Clemson very close on campuses. I think, I'm not sure, but Wake Forest at home gets the job done. 3.5 might be a little sketchy, but I like them to cover the spread. Auburn -15.5 against Georgia. You expect Auburn to take care of business at home, put up as many points as possible. But other than that, we just got a nice little slate going. You like Pitt -7.5, you said?
Yeah, forgot that one. Yeah, NC State tonight. It's at the Pete in Oakland. I like Pitt.
Yeah, Pitt's been absolutely.
They're playing good basketball. They're trying to get in the tournament. This is a game they can't.
Oh,
drop.
they cannot drop this game. If they want in, they need this win. This is a quad 3 loss if you lose it.
Exactly.
So I think Pitt takes care of business too. They've been playing incredible basketball, but yeah. But other than that, not much else going on in college basketball. Yeah, just great basketball. I like Arizona -7.5 against USC as well. Arizona takes care of business in the Pac-12. They have no problem beating anybody up there.
They just struggle when it's a 16.5-point spread every time I take them. That's the only thing I hate about Arizona.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah. Other than that, just loaded day of college basketball. Hope everyone tails. We'll have the plays posted.
Absolutely.
What time are we gonna have the plays posted? 11:30.
Yeah, probably in the next hour. So it's 10
Right.
right now. I'd say 11.
Okay, we'll have plays plays posted soon. But other than that, Huff, thanks for joining for college basketball. Have a good
Yeah.
time in Florida, and talk to you soon.
Thanks, boys. Let's win some bets today. We'll talk to you later.
All right.
Peace.
Moving on. It's just a little NHL, a little NBA, and then we can just get moving. But a few good NHL games today. We have the Hurricanes open up at -140 going into New Jersey, and a few things about this game. Hurricanes just obviously got Jake Gensel. They got Kuznetsov. I know Jake Gensel is active tonight. I'm not sure about Kuznetsov, but Devils obviously getting rid of Toffoli. Devils probably sellers at this point. Season's probably over. Carolina obviously on the other side of that. I think Carolina gets the job done. They have all the momentum going into this game. Devils not playing for much anymore. Can't find goals either. I know Meyer just had a good game, but that's about it. Fully gone. Guess just got to rely on Jack Hughes a lot. Other than that, Devils don't have much going for them. I'm gonna go with the Canes here in the -140. I think the -1.5 is even safe, even in the divisional matchup. Moving on to Flyers at Lightning, another good game. Lightning coming in at -150. I'm actually big on the Flyers in this game. Flyers coming off a nice win against the Panthers. They've been rolling. Everyone's been counting them out for that 3 seed in the Met. They've been holding on for dear life. I think they stay there. I think they're good enough. I don't think any other team threatening them is good enough to beat them out. Meaning like the Islanders, Capitals, like we're talking about the Devils. I think they're the best team out of all those 3 teams, even with all the injuries that they've had this year and this stuff going on with Carter Hart. This team's been playing pretty good hockey and coming off a win against the best team in the NHL. So I'm going to go with the Flyers here to keep it rolling at the plus money. You can get them at plus 125, 130, actually, I see. So that could be a good play. And then the last NHL game of the day, we're gonna go with the Jets at the Canucks. Two top-heavy teams. Jets, I think, are fifth in the league, and the Canucks are second. Canucks have obviously been rolling with all the talent they have going on down there. But going into Vancouver, Vancouver's a minus 140 favorite. You have two top goalies. Demko has 33 wins this year. I think everyone knows how good he's been playing. Going up against Connor Hellebuyck, the two probably top Vezina candidates this year. I think the Canucks get it done just because they're on their home floor. A lot of people are saying the Jets are frauds. I disagree. I think that they're a very good team. They have the goal scorers. They have the goaltending, which is huge in the playoffs. I think this is a team to be scared of. But Canucks 26-3 on their home ice. I think they get the job done again. But this is gonna be one of the best games of the night for sure. I think this is could be an overtime game. But the Canucks just have so much star power. It's gonna be tough to beat them on their home floor. But other than that, not much else going on in the NHL. You have a few other good games. Red Wings going to Vegas. Red Wings need a few big wins. Haven't really seen them been able to get them, but hopefully they can get one right there. Stars going to the Kings. Kings open as minus 120 favorite. Kings have not been playing good hockey, so I'm surprised that they're favorites in this game. But Stars winners of four straight going into LA. I think that they can get the job done. I don't love it. You can get them at plus 100. I see Scott Wedgwood is in net, but I think they can get the job done. This should be another great game. Adrian Kempe out, Tyler Seguin out, big names out. Um, Definitely an asterisk next to this one. But other than that, not much else going on in the NHL other than the playoffs heating up. But it's for a different time. Moving on to the NBA, not much going on in the NBA. There's one very good game today. It is the Celtics going to Phoenix to play the Suns. I think we know all the star power in this game. Celtics have lost two straight. I'm assuming it's for the first time this year. They're 48-14. They don't lose much, but this is definitely another tough game where they have to go into Phoenix. You got to go into Phoenix and play KD. You got to go play Book. You got to go play Bradley Beal. Obviously not the star power you want to play against on a 2-game losing streak, but if anyone's going to bounce back, it's going to be this Boston team. They're 5.5-point favorites going into Phoenix. I think they get the job done. I don't think this team drops 3 games at all this year. They have too much star power, but you can get one of those games from Kevin Durant, one of those games from D Book who just dropped 50, and there's not much you can do about it when you're halfway across the country. You don't have the fans behind you. So this game's at 8:30. It's on ABC. You should definitely tune into it. But Jason Tatum having a few tough games in these losses. You look to see him bounce back. Jaylen Brown, 40-point game last game, obviously wasn't enough against the Nuggets. But you got to see a little more out of Jason Tatum. He's top 5 player in the league, not really playing like it right now. I expect him to bounce back. Could see a 40 bomb from him today if they wanna get a win out there in Phoenix. But definitely should be a good game. A lot of star power in that game. Not one you're going to want to miss. Another game, Jazz going to the Nuggets. You expect the Nuggets to get the job done on their home floor. But other than that, there's not much good about NBA going on today. Playoffs are heating up. Cavs and Bucks up there fighting for that 2 seed. Cavs actually have it right now. Not a lot of people saw that one coming, but those Cavs are playing great basketball. Donovan Mitchell has that team playing right. All the role players just doing what they're supposed to do. Everything's clicking for them. You can see that them Cavs take that 2 seed, and you can see them have home court advantage going into a series against the Bucks, if that's the case scenario when it comes down to it. But would definitely be a great 7-game series. The East is definitely cooking up. We know what's going on in the West. 3 teams within 1 game for the top lead, with OKC leading, Minnesota a half game out, Denver 1 game out, and then the Clippers are only 3 games out behind that. So then we have the play-in tournament. Kings, Mavericks, Lakers, Warriors, all within 3 games, all in the play-in right now. Suns are a half a game ahead of the Kings for that 6th seed. So these races are definitely heating up. You're going to want to I expect the Lakers to go on a bit of a run here. I expect the Mavs to go on a bit of a run here. I think the Kings kind of fall off a little. I've never been really high in the Kings, even though Malik Monk has been playing incredible. De'Aaron Fox, obviously, we know what he can do. But the star power in the West is just crazy. And the fact that these teams like Mavericks, Lakers, Warriors, teams with all the star power are sitting on the outside looking in. So going to be a tough race in the West. It's going to be hard to get through the West this year for sure. But other than that, not much else. Like great college basketball today, some good NHL, a great NBA game. There's a lot going on today. So definitely make sure you're tailing and checking research before you just blindly bet. You don't want to be doing this blind. So other than that, not much else. Hope you guys have a good Saturday and continue to hit the books.